I'll probably be a mess again after sharing that, because it's still fresh. I've tried processing it, and I think I'm okay, and, it's not an easy thing to get over. It's very traumatic, and I think I actually have PTSD. Anyway, um, when I was my first experience with heaven, so I've been saved at this point, it's about 4 years later. So, about 2014 or so, I go to sleep, and I wake up, and I wasn't sure where I was, and I've heard other people talking about it, and now I know that that was my first encounter where I'd gone to heaven. But I was in this beautiful field with these perfect, soft blades of grass. The most vibrant, beautiful shade of grass green I've ever seen, and it's like there was a gentle breeze, but there wasn't like a I don't know how to explain it. It's like there was something moving, and there was the wind was like light and alive, and it was full of colors, and the grass just gently waves and makes those lines like if you ever seen a field when the wind blows and it makes like a whitish kind of line that goes across it like a wave in the ocean. It was like that, and it just went whoosh. It was so peaceful, perfect temperature, no sun in the sky. Bluest skies I have ever seen, just amazing. I see mountains in the background that are just these nice big mountains. They're full, but they're full of life. And it's beautiful. And I immediately know that there's Peter the disciple, and next to him is someone who's probably 5, 10 years younger than him that I knew was his wife, and her name was Miriam. But we don't have any idea what her actual name was. But when I was there, I knew that whoever this person was, it was Miriam. She was pregnant. And I looked to the right, and there's Jesus just standing there. He's got like a brown, like little cloak over his head. He's covering up his purple, white, and gold robe that he's wearing, and he has a beard very similar to mine, except it's nice and brown. His hair is light. It's like a lighter brown. It's not super dark. Um, but when he turns his head like this, you see his full glory, and he's like bright white, and his hair looks like wool. And he turns his head back like this, and he looks like a normal Jewish guy. His nose comes down kind of to a little bit of a point. His nostrils flare up a little bit. He's got a good thick mustache and nice beard, a little bit shorter than mine, but very thick and full. And all of that stuff. And his hair was a little could probably come down to the back of his shoulders. It wasn't like super short, but it wasn't super long. It like kind of draped down like this, and there's just a little bit of a wave in it. But that's not even the number one thing that I remember the most of everything. It's when he looked at me. It's his eyes that really stood out to me. And he looks at you, like I said before, like you're the only person that has ever existed. You have his full attention. There's two other people here, and he's looking at me, and he's got this smile. And the only way I can describe the way he looks at you is like if you've ever held your firstborn baby in your hand, in your arms, and you know you'll do anything for them. You'll live for them, die for them, walk 28 miles to work, whatever it is, you'll do anything you can. And he looks at you like that. And I can hear him thinking, and he thinks, you look exactly like I planned you to look before I even made you. You look exactly the way I planned. And that makes me feel so good. I look into his eyes, and his eyes are like they swirl, and I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like they churn like the ocean, the blue and green and a little bit of brown and gold, and it's all permeated. It's like, and you can see everything in his eyes. Like I have cap light in my eyes where you can see a reflection in my eyes from the light in front of me. It's like his eyes had a natural cap light. They were so reflective. And when I looked into his eyes, I could see me. I could see everything as clear as day. But it wasn't me the way I see me. It wasn't like I'm looking in a mirror. It wasn't how anybody else sees me or perceives me or anything like that. I saw me in his eyes the way he sees me, and I was perfect. And he let me walk into his eye. I I want to say eyes, but I know that I specifically walked through what will be his left eyeball, and it was like a gate. Jesus was a gate He was like a door or gate I walked into, and he showed me an explosion of life coming forth, like all these planets and stars and everything bursting forth. And then I was back sitting, like standing here in front of him, and he's talking to Peter and Miriam, and he's looking at them now. And he said, Peter looks at him and says, Lord, when will you return? And Jesus looks and smiles. And I knew Peter was supposed to ask that question because Peter looked at me, Miriam looked at me, and they were like, you're about to learn something, kind of like that. And Jesus looks at me and he smiles, this beautiful beaming smile, and he hands me an hourglass that has just a few grains of sand left in it. Like at the, when an hourglass is about to run out of sand, it was like that. And he said, I will be returning in 8 books. I still haven't quite figured out what that means, but I knew for a fact that he was going to be coming back very soon and that the hourglass was just about done. So that was my first encounter with going to heaven.